Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman coming to you from, well, a remote studio, but Jeff Mosier, who's behind the scenes, is back in our actual studio at the Capital Region International Airport, and we are going to stay in Lansing for this next one. Cindy Kangas, good friend, I'm glad to say, and executive director of the Capital Area Manufacturing Council, is going to join us. Cindy, welcome to the show. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thank you.
Hey, can we talk about manufacturing for a second? Because there's a few challenges out there for manufacturing.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of challenges, and there are a lot of manufacturers specifically around the capital region, but you're seeing it also closer to Detroit. You're seeing the EV market. You're seeing government contracts. You're seeing maybe grants that were meant to come through not be available right away. We're seeing people concerned about the sick time law that's coming into effect and tariffs. So if you think about if you're doing business with China, if you're doing business with a steel company, and then we're waiting to see what's happening with Canada and Mexico, but it's a little tough right now. I have some manufacturers that are struggling. I've seen a lot of layoffs. And so I'm hoping that things will turn around once we get everything sorted. It just seemed like the perfect storm of multiple things together at the same time.
Yeah.
Tiered suppliers, everyone. I've seen it across med tech, biotech, all of the things.
You know, it's kind of interesting because there's an old saying that the one thing business hates is uncertainty, and I think that's kind of the pond we're floating in right now. We don't know exactly what's coming, and what seems to be coming, which we are told is supposed to help us, is actually hurting us, and especially short term here. On another note, tell me about an event that you have coming up that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we are planning the third annual Michigan Rosie the Riveter Day, and that is March 21st. It's going to be at the Capital Region International Airport. So right where you are, Chris, right where the fun starts. We bring in original Rosies who are all right around 100 years old. This year we have several vintage planes coming, and even if the weather's bad, we can look at them out the window, which is lovely. We have some Tuskegee Airmen coming. We have some veterans coming that are going to be honored. And it's really meant to be a celebration of history and where women in manufacturing got their start. And then to celebrate the 5 generations of women that are currently working in manufacturing, and then to honor and encourage the talent pipeline. So you'll see Michigan State LCC students there. You'll see young robotics students. You'll see Girl Scouts there. It's a family-friendly event, and we hope that everybody comes to help us celebrate because, World War II veterans, Rosies, as I just said, they're all right around 100, and so we don't know how much longer we have with them, and we really want to celebrate them while we can.
I can't believe that you have some of the Tuskegee Airmen coming. I just saw where one of them just passed at 100 years of age.
Yeah, there's a chapter in Detroit, and they're bringing a few people over, so we're really excited to honor them for the first time.
So let's go about this because this was kind of your idea. It kind of cropped up one night after, I suspect, some scotch or something. I don't know. What made what made you think of this, and why is it that important to celebrate it?
When I first took my job in manufacturing, I started touring plants, and I realized, sometimes you'd see 2 women in a factory full of men. And so we started getting together, all of the women in manufacturing in the capital region. And then as we were doing that, we went to take a tour, and we all wore red bandanas to honor Rosie. And it just so happened that Alyssa Slotkin was there, and she said, we haven't had a Rosie Day, especially here in the capital city. And I said, I think I can make that happen. And so I called all of my friends from the manufacturing councils across the state, and we've been able to put this together now for the third time, and we're so excited.
No, it is so awesome. And I've attended the other two, as a matter of fact, and they are really kind of cool because you get the manufacturers involved as well.
Hmm. Yes, we have a full lineup of speakers from CEOs to engineers to entry level that are coming to speak. We have students coming to speak. You'll be inspired. It's a good thing.
All right. So how does this support women in STEM careers?
So all of us can support women in STEM. If you have a young lady in your life, instead of buying her a doll, buy her a science kit or some Legos or something to play with, or read her a science-based book. All of these things will encourage the next generation. And knowledge is power, right? You can't be what you can't see. So unless someone tells them they can grow up and be welders, they won't know. So my hope is to keep encouraging the talent pipeline.
Cindy, how can people get more information? Because this is really worthwhile to get involved
It
in.
is. So if you're on Facebook, just find us, Michigan Rosie the Riveter Day 2025.
Oh, you
Easy.
have your own website. I love that. That's awesome. All right. Well, it's obvious I will see you there, and we will be covering the event as well. So hopefully get a little bit of an interview with you along the way.
I'd love that. I'd love
All
it.
right. Cindy Kangas, Executive Director of the Capital Area Manufacturing Council, also Grand Poobah of the Rosie the Riveter Day. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back with more.